My name is Jessica Bova. I'm 38 years old and I'm from Champion, Ohio. My childhood wasn't like everybody else's. My grandma and grandpa raised us. We spent weekends with my mom. I was first introduced to drugs and alcohol when I was 14 years old. My father had married my mother and was in the picture again and started using drugs with me. So we started selling cocaine when I was 14, and shortly after that started using heroin. I was very promiscuous at a young age. I was just looking for love in all the wrong places. Any older boy that showed me attention, I would gravitate to, and it was very toxic. When I got pregnant at 17, I had stopped using drugs completely altogether. I knew that there was a life growing inside of me, and I felt that that was unfair to put him through that. 2 months after he was born, though, I went right back to using. I was in college at the time. I had enrolled in YSU and was going for special education. So I couldn't compute on how to be a mother, a full-time mother, and a full-time student at the same time without substances. I essentially just lost all inhibitions and all cares about anything, about myself, about my kids, and just thought that they were better off without me. I was homeless on the streets for many years, bouncing around from abandoned houses to garages to the woods because I had nothing to live for. My rock bottom was when my sister called me and told me that my son's father had been arrested for molestation and that my kids were his victims, and that I had left my kids with monsters and I didn't even know it. So it impacted my desire to get better for my children because I knew that they needed a mother now. I knew that they weren't better off where they were. That was just a lie that the devil told me. I knew that I was their mother, that God picked me to be their mother, and that I needed to step up and do this for them. I heard about Hannah's House through my sister who works in the recovery field. She had been trying to get me to come to Hannah's House for many, many years, and finally I relented and tried it out. My time at Hannah's was the hardest time that I've ever had, but the most rewarding time that I've ever had. So when I finally surrendered to God's will, I had been here for 6 months. I had pretty much sat around and colored pictures and didn't take anything seriously until one day I was sitting in my desk and I was looking at our memory verses. Pastor Ron gives us memory verses every week, and I was looking at it, and it was Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And that was the very first memory verse that I actually remembered. I had been saying it to myself in the shower. I'd been saying it to myself when I was saying my prayers at night. And it was the first one that I remembered, and it was the first one that really hit me. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I can actually do this. I graduated Hannah's House on August 30th, 2024. The advice I would give somebody struggling with addiction is never give up. You're not alone, that God is always there for you. He's always looking out for you. He's never left your side. Even though you think he has, he's never left your side. And that if I can do it, anybody can do it. If the Lord wouldn't have endlessly pursued me to return to Hannah's House and the Warren Family Mission, I don't know where I'd be today.